Alrighty, so Charlotte is in the building, and yeah, so we're gonna go over her, do a little bit of showcasing. I've done a few testing to get a good idea on how I would actually go on and use the team, etc. Of course, now clearly the team is going to be Harper, Libora, and Charlotte. Harper being the breaker, Libora being the support DPS, and the Charlotte being the DPS. By the way, Charlotte as a DPS for the Dark Element, super good, super good. Weapon, I've only got it at 4, only because I'm in the same situation as Harper, where to get the final weapon of hers, I'll just get it through the event, because I've got 88 resources of hers, so I basically need 12, so I can quite easily get that through the event. But for right now, we're looking at 20% for the increase. Increase my defense by 10% first, and then my crit rate and crit damage for the ultimate, as well as the second skill, goes up by 20%. Alright, so that's pretty solid on that part. Skills, I pretty much, yeah, 7 across the board on the basic skills and the ultimate, and then everything else is just around about the level 5, level 4 region, of course. And then the artifacts just kind of went off with the full-on curse set, just for right now, and then, you know, once I've got my curse set being the highest set valued, done and dusted, then we'll cater to other things. But for right now, that's kind of where we're at. And pretty much, you know, the key stats that we need to cater to is defense, attack, crit rate. Well, no, defense, damage increase, attack, crit rate, crit hit, damage. There you go. Those are the ones that you really want to cater to, of course. So overall, with the stats, what I'm looking at, defense is at 18k, not too bad. I could do a little bit more better than that. Hit rate's at 50%, crit hit damage at 192, and damage increase nearly at 20%, but 19.92, so altogether 12k right there. Now it is crucial that you obviously make good use of getting your damage increase up, because the user's critical hit damage stat increases by an equal of 10% for increased damage stat. So you gotta make sure that you've got that being cooked up, so that we can furthermore cater to the crit hit damage. But pretty much that's kind of where we're at. So we're gonna do some little bit of gameplay. I'll use Charlotte without Harper, and then with Harper, or with the team, and you guys will see of how things are working, of course. But yeah, I've got at A3, so of course the ultimate and yeah, the second skill will hit a little bit more harder. Wait, is it gonna hit harder? Yeah, Harper's help.
I've got some schemes in the works.
No, take this, changes to wheel 1, where Harper's help and increases the user's damage by some. Okay, cool, yeah, okay, that's fine. But the A1, I said this before, that's kind of the sweet spot where you want to get Charlotte. And yes, the tier 3 basic attack one time, that pretty much makes it so that your ultimate is accessible. It is ridiculous. Like, it is insane to how quick you can actually get your ultimate, just cooking one after another. I might, just for the sake of it, give her the ult artifacts, just so that way I can just remove the cooldown, and then yeah, it'll be more quicker at my disposal. But A1, I stand by saying make sure to get her at A1 at the very least, because this will help you just drop your ultimate. And again, she hits pretty hard with her ultimate, so that is extremely solid. Okay, so I've just brought Charlotte along with Big Rock. So just to give you guys the rundown in terms of shadows, I mean, if you want to bring tank, you can do so, so that way you can increase the defense stat. I haven't really worked from tank, but in an overall team basis, if you have Big Rock, throw him in there. I found more success from Big Rock, so that way your basic skills can do a lot more damage, of course, and that has helped me out tremendously with the damage output in an overall state. But if you don't have Big Rock, that's completely fine. You can opt out by using Igris, of course. That then affects your whole kit, so that way you can crit more. But I will say, damage output wise, Big Rock does hit a little bit more harder from the success I had. So that's kind of what I'm gonna. That's what I'm gonna be catering to. And plus, for Charlotte and Harper, Big Rock is actually pretty solid to utilize, as yeah, it supports their basic skill damage with the amount of times you can actually pop it off, of course. But yeah, in terms of like averaging damage or what I'm looking at, like my core here is doing like 150 to a quarter of a mil, of course, which is very nice. In terms of the running, and again, this is from floor 42 calculations that I've been doing, of course. You know, crits are like 55 to 60k, regular hits going around about 35 to 40k region, of course. In terms of the nuclear bomb, $250,000 to 350 is kind of what I'm looking at. Ultimate, you're looking around about 1.5 to 1.7 million. So it's not too bad in terms of obviously just Charlotte on her own with the big rock on that type of damage output on what we're looking at, of course. With the support of Harper and Libora, just having the full team in effect. Yeah, Dark Element is looking extremely strong right now with these two girls. As much as we hate it, but yeah, the one thing which I will say that I'm loving right now is that A1. So that A1 skill, as you saw right there, you know, she's not working in a similar fashion to everyone else where it's just like you have to build up the gauge. You know, all you need is that tier 3 basic attack applied, and that ultimate is instantly ready to rock and roll, and that A1 is making it so that you can access that ultimate a lot sooner than later. So right there, we got it again. There's a 20-second cooldown, but you guys have seen the consistency already. So that's 3 ultimates that we've already popped off, and you know, you can just kind of keep it going. Once again, you just get that tier 3 basic attack swiped on once. Just move out the way there. Just keep it going. Actually, muzzle trap. So thankfully we can opt out from the big doll. But yeah, overall, Charlotte is looking extremely good. Obviously with Charlotte, because you need to only invest into A1, it does kind of beat Beast, because Charlotte's damage output is a lot more higher, as expected, as predicted. But with Beast, he's more of a character that is you kind of need around about the A3 margin, A4 margin, of course. So more investment needed, whereas Charlotte, you know, A1, least investment, and she's doing more damage. So in terms of DPS, yeah, Charlotte is taking the cake right now. And so with the gang, yeah, she is putting in some work, putting in some damage, and that's exactly what we need. So again, Harper and Charlotte working extremely well together. Again, you can make good use of Charlotte being on her own if you choose to. But the way the developers have kind of set things up is that these two girls, I mean, yeah, it makes sense. You know, they're twins, they work well together. It's just how it is. But as I've stated before, in terms of if you can only go for one, if you really want to go for one, Charlotte will be your best bet in terms of just catering to that DPS power that Dark really needs. And with the little investment that you can just go in for, yeah, it'll be a much easier time than having to invest in Beast, if I'm being completely honest, of course. So that's kind of like my phone, or look at it all. But right, let's get rid of you. And then, of course, we can now, again, this is all on A3 between both those girls, so you know, having them at A5, I honestly cannot wait, but time will come. I'm not going to cater to them now, but yeah. So there we go, just kind of piling it on. And then, obviously, Libora comes in with that support play. And then you can just drop that, and then Charlotte will just come in. And again, because we've got that A1, we can make good use of... there we go. So pretty much that second skill right now, I'm like doing 200k per hit, so it's pretty nice. A little bit more at times. So if I was a little bit quicker on the ball right there, I could have made good use of the ultimate. So I'll bring Harper back out. Just kind of commit because we've got the shield play. Harper can practically drop 5 mil right now if she wanted to. There it is. Drop the ult. Right. Boom, boom. Good damage. Again, bring you out. Boom. Boom, we can immediately bring out Charlotte, and then we can drop the ult again because we've got that A3 going in. The ultimate itself is yeah, that a little bit more better. That right there only dropped what was it, 2 mil? On average, I've been hitting consistently for 4.5 to 5 mil. And then obviously if I can get the proper setup going, I can cater more to that. I think the high roll that I've managed to do is like 6 mil. There you go, so 5.3 mil right there. So yeah, she can high roll quite nicely at a more consistent rate right there. And one thing which I love doing is that sometimes you can just kind of maneuver your way around the boss, so you don't need to actually dash. So that way you can just commit to keep doing the skill, which is pretty nice, I will say. Okay, I'm going to commit to this. We're going to get... I'm going to paralyze, and then I'm going to get you out, and then I'm going to bob. Okay, well that didn't work. Jesus! Stop it! Okay. Go before we lose all the buffs. Or the debuffs on the enemy. Bump up. Very nice. I like you. Very, very nice. So yeah, overall, Charlotte, she's great. She's fantastic. I will do my runs on really putting them to the test on the harder difficulty stages. I'll do that after I get some sleep. Bro, boys, I'm telling you right now, it's 6:30 in the morning for me. I've been up for so long. I'm so tired. But yeah, my final conclusion, as I've stated, you know, is she worth the pull? I mean, of course she is. Dark right now, as much as we hate the appearance of the characters, look, with what their kit is bringing to the table, it really is boosting up the dark element 100%, and it is kind of putting the boys on the shelf. I'm just saying, not completely, they're still usable in terms of just upgrading into the newer look of things for the dark element. Yeah, they're bringing in the damage, they're bringing in the breakage. What more could we want? So again, I stand on saying, if you are summoning for Charlotte, and if you're wondering how many dupes you need, just shoot for one. That's it. So that way you've got your 15% dark damage increase, and then the quick consistency for the ultimate pop off. That's it. And then the later passives, if you want to furthermore cater on to, you can do so. I mean, again, A3, as we're all aware, that pushes more for the ultimate, which is pretty solid, but you can more happily cater to that at a later time through the custom draw banner if you want to go at it that way. But yeah, anyway, I'll leave it there. That's what I really wanted to kind of showcase. I'll put her more into more challenging spots like Kaiser and whatnot, and yeah, we'll see if the dark element, we will see how the dark element fair shares against the more harder difficulty content. When I wake up, I'll do that. For right now, boys, I'm gonna crash out. Just before I forget, if you guys do want to support your boy, it would be greatly appreciated. Season 3 has come to an end. You should get an option to extend your support. If you're a supporter of mine already, please do make sure you do so that way when it comes to the giveaways, you're on my list, right? Makes it easier on my end. But yeah, I really do appreciate the love and support, and I'll do my best to give back as much as possible.